Morning, good to be here.
The head is looking nice and shiny this morning. So I heard, Jeff, you were up to certain things this weekend. You were cooking our stuff. Where is our food?
No.
Fight.
Ask producer Lakumi. He was giving us details of how he prepared the meal. We kept cutting him short and telling him, dude, we don't want to hear the recipe. We want to hear why you did not invite us to eat.
What happened? What happened?
Okay, so we had Fiesta Flavor going on yesterday, I believe. And this was actually a big deal for me because it was my first time having an actual stand at this. I've been for this before. I've been for Egypt later before, but that was to be on stage. So, it was good to actually be there and, show people a difference in terms of the offerings that was available. I went there doing just my French cuisine. I was like, you know what, you're here to learn. You're either going to succeed or fail at this because it's your first time, but just make sure that you're learning from this. And, it was good to have people also from fans of the show coming over, and it was like, okay, fine, I do more than the radio now. So that was a good thing over there. But, we're pushing in Chef Jeff tonight.
Okay.
So Chef Jeff was doing all that, and in the midst of this, you forgot your fellow icons.
Well,
I hate you.
Let me tell you something. All right, if you know how I got most of the details about the event like on Tuesday, and I'm also working with a restaurant at the same time. So it was very funny because there I am cutting through 8 kilos of meat at a restaurant and directing them in a cuisine that's not their regular menu at the same time, trying to get things ready. I went for that event with 45 minutes of sleep. All right, I did 100% of that cooking by myself. I have prep work.
Let me just say that what I'm hearing is that you don't come here with meat. I appreciate you.
Don't worry. There will be somebody coming along eventually.
I'm a freeloader. Don't take me seriously. You know what I'm like. Okay, let's get into it. It's brand new music time. Before we get into Icons, because we're going to listen to a couple of songs from his album, but we have also got a new song in from Rosemary Keys featuring Famile, who's also another favorite of ours. And this one is a Christmas song.
Yes,
Yay.
it is.
Odunde is what it's called. Don't forget the usual drill. Send us your WhatsApp messages to 0809 444 0981. But you can also tweet at us. Just tweet at Smooth981FM, but use the hashtag Grapevine981. So here's our first song for the morning. This is Odunde by Rosemary Keys featuring Famile.
First though.
You put into on your knees.
Oh.
Smooth 98.4.
Yes. Oh, it's so cute.
That's it, I
No dots. Mr. Folu, I beg. No, it's okay. So just leave it. The headphones are on.
You two cannot catch us now. Okay? I say you two can't catch us.
See you, let's go back in.
Lights up.
All right, there it is. That's such a nice little Christmas vibe there.
It's a vibe.
It's a vibe. Or June Day. So, you guys do your thing. What's up? How do you feel about it? How do you really feel?
I really, really love this song. At first I was worried because it has to, when songs have this great beginning and then afterwards the song now starts and you're like,
it just goes,
yeah. This is like, this is perfect. This is perfect. I love the vibe. This is Family standard as usual. Let's go with that. Rosemary Keys, credit to you too. This is a fantastic song for the season. I love Lola. I can't stress enough how much I love this song.
On your Christmas playlist?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Definitely.
I don't know. Just wait. Oh, wait. But you know how I feel about this song is how it has this very generic Nigerian Yoruba high lifey feel.
Okay, yeah.
And you kind of expect it to just be a lot of words. I was so happy that there were not that many words.
I was a bit concerned that we're going to try and sing a lot of
Yeah.
it. So I was like, please just let the music be the
Thank
music.
you.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
what I like about it is the fact that it is music. It's mostly music. It's more of music than anything else.
Yes.
Because songs like this, the truth is, any lyrics you put on it, you're just putting it on the song. You don't.
Yeah.
It's a very self-explanatory song. Keresi Messi. Or today, my only issue
Is what?
was why have they come and say, Odua Olowo? Is it only rich people that used to do Christmas?
Excuse me. When I was a child, all I loved about Christmas was the free money I was going to get.
That is a true point, though.
Even if it ended in my mother's purse most of the
Which is
time,
what
Which is
happened
where
to
everybody
everybody.
I still got money.
Yeah, but that's the thing, yeah. You have to now also consider the fact that doesn't make it an Olowo's season.
True.
Some people were getting
But
10
the
naira,
awards
some people
involved.
were getting 100 naira, but it wasn't an Olowo's,
I see.
festive
understand.
period.
I get your argument.
It's actually a period for everybody. In fact, I think it's the whole notion and idea that Saint Nick might have had was for people that don't have money.
But I'll tell you what, I think that was the Nigerianized version of this. I think unfortunately, the space where we're in, where money kind of rules everything, here, which is a bit scary. So we kind of sprinkle it on things like, more money.
But yeah, apart from that single line in the entire song, that kind of threw me. This was a very good song. This is a very good song.
Did just get this message in from Yomi from Festac, who says Odolo actually refers to the season that ushers in money. So it's
that's
more of
what
a
that
prayerful
is.
type
Odolo.
Thank you. You see, our listeners are just so.
They're sharp.
You know what? Thank you so much for that, because I was about to be all the way ignorant.
And Drew says, "Folu, I beg, stop Chef Jeff before we all start salivating." That's how I felt.
Oh, that meat.
Okay, but let's move into our next couple of songs, shall we? Because this is the reason why we're here. Okay, IKON's in the studio with us, and IKON dropped an album called Hungry to Live. It's been a long time coming. I sort of asked him off the air, and I'm going to ask him again on the record. How long have you been working on this album for?
Technically, it's been like 4 years, but realistically, it's been like 15 years. Yeah.
Okay, so what's the realistic part?
Because this album for me is a bunch of stories, and it's like a journal that I used to help me get over some things in my life, so it's been like 15 years in the making. That's why technically 4 years, because that's when I started to take it out of my journal and put it in record.
You sound like a deep guy. I mean, back then when I
sorry, if you guys are watching on Periscope, I was like, what? Yeah, no, but carry on, I understand
when I first heard about IKON, you remember the sound? Lagos probably might not, connect with this, but immediately I say they will connect to it. You remember, you hear the sound, IKON.
Yeah,
that's the same guy. And everybody's
Iconic.
waiting for the jam to come in. Yeah. So how do you connect? I mean, deep guy to guy with so much energy on the song.
So I've been speaking through my artists and the people that I've produced for a very long time. So some people are up-tempo people, some people are cool people, some people are special people.
She just to Myst, yes.
She's special.
Yes, no, she is. Just to embrace it.
So this time, this album is what I've been. It's not who I am currently.
I see.
So in essence, Hungry to Live. So this next series, I guess, of projects that I'll put out will be
Living.
Yeah, living.
So IKON is a producer.
Yeah,
primarily.
fantastic stuff.
Yes.
There you go. So we're going to start off with this one. It's called On Your Knees, and you can't get it out of your head. I certainly haven't been able to, and it's brilliant. So we'll come back to the song right after we take this break. We've got to take a very quick break. So when we come back, first song you're going to hear is On Your Knees by IKON, and then after that we'll come back and chat a bit. And then we'll be listening to Sapele, which, Myst is on, because that's I had to choose it. Why would I not? This is The Grapevine. Is brought to you by Verve.
Every time IKON has to explain that this album has been like that long in the making, I look at him thinking, nigga, you don't even really understand. Do you know how many versions of Sapele exist? We called Biase to get the MP3. He's like, I'm not sure if that's the current version. And he doesn't have the version I have. I have 2 versions of Sapele. Biase has 2 versions of Sapele. And then there is the version on the album that when I heard it, I was like, what the hell? When did he do this one? And we did Sapele 3 years ago.
The
Yeah, it was
of a
what,
perfectionist.
2016, early in the year. Because I remember we were living in Aja at the time. I had just moved to Aja. And Jimmy was up and down the house singing, Sapele, 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 Sapele.
Nice.
Like, for real. There's nobody more perfectionist in life. And I thought I was bad. Okay, we have a similar disease, which is if we do something, if we do something, it's an illness. Listen, if we do something now, if you give us enough time, we are going to change that thing.
Art is never finished, right? It's only abandoned.
Yeah.
You just get
Exactly.
to
Sometimes you have to yank it off them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You must just
You know how many
leave it
times
alone.
we'll be in the studio and I can't be like, stop there. Just stop.
Yeah.
Don't do anything else. I'm like, but I was thinking, you'd be like, no.
Don't go. It's okay.
You'd be like, stop.
There's actually something like too much singing.
Yes, there is.
Yeah.
And you know, the thing is, you always need, like, as a creative, it's not enough to have sounding boards that are going to tell you this is good. You need the sounding boards that are going to tell you now you're doing too much.
Yeah.
Stop.
Step back.
Like on the Live, Create, Repeat, that one where with does it Take Me Back? What was that song?
I want it back.
I want it back, Fumbi.
Yeah.
And we're doing all these fancy things, and everybody's looking at us like, when you guys are done,
When you're tired.
when you guys are done, we're going to take only one line from the 1,500 lines you guys just did.
I agree.
Do you understand?
You know, very interesting that you mentioned that. There's one singer I can think of who, I think that's the one thing that really impresses me about her almost the most, and it's not, her voice is fantastic anyway, Lindsay Abude. Lindsay is one of the straightest singers, if that makes sense, that I've come across, but it's gorgeous, like in its simplicity and directness. It's so nice.
But you know, you find that in a lot of like very deep writers, they don't do too much. They just don't. I don't think they even know how. I think the way their minds are set up, it's to express the art, and anything that distracts from that,
that's
like,
exactly what it. Because I was trying to figure out what it was about her music that I just really like, and I just realized that because it's just the music, even with her singing. So when I went to, I love this though. When I went to, you know, she did a thing with the string quartet in a Omenka gallery. It was like a small thing. We were all sitting on the floor. So nice.
But that's the thing. That's the kind of artist that will create that kind of moment. And I find like because we're all very different singers. Some of us are about the vocals. Some of us are about the delivery of the lines, and some of us are about the music.
Showmanship as well.
Do you understand? So it depends on what you are like as an individual. If you find, look at Falana. She's such an artsy person that you hear it in her music. It's gonna come out as quirkiness. Timmy Dolphins as well. The quirkiness is going.
I was asking myself this morning.
I'm actually slightly worried.
Please, let's focus on this music. I have questions because I don't know where she is.
You know, now this whole time I thought it was fine to just grind, but I realized that it wasn't loud. So this is for my people in the city where they hustle.
You know, I've been waiting for the beat to drop.
I
They hustle, 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 hustle. You know, this is for your stars today.
Alright, let's do it.
Okay, let's do it.
You are listening to the Grapevine on Smooth 98.1. The sounds there of IKON. Get on your knees. It features Fumbi and Blink on there, as well as off his current album, Hungry to Live. And IKON is in the studio with us. IKON, welcome again. Thank you for joining us. Good evening. Good night.
Good night.
Good morrow. I don't
Wake
know.
up.
As a producer, this is usually his sleep time because he tends to work overnight through the night.
Yes.
And it produces some really phenomenal things. And this song, for me, I have to say, it touched me on different levels because I will confess and say I am not the most religious person.
Right.
And that is despite the reality that I come from a very religious background, a strong religious background. I am very spiritual, though. And the wordplay on this, the thought of it, even its positioning on the album, because it's one of the first songs.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really powerful, and I think there are a lot of people out there who are just going, yes. Why this song?
So it's not even about being religious. It's just life principles when it comes to spirituality. You know, being grateful for everything. Just being grateful that you're awake is too important. If you try it, if you're listening out there, just try it for a week and just feel the results. You know, I can't say it's from the Bible or it's from anyway. You just try it for a week and you feel the results of being grateful every morning that you wake up.
Gratitude. The line that talks about even babies do it, and it's true. You've got to be on your knees before you get up. I was like,
that was a clever angle.
Yes.
Yeah, that was my niece, by the way.
Yeah, singing.
Yeah, she was singing the intro.
I love it.
Wow.
I love it.
See what I mean by okay.
Okay. Deep. No, say with your chest, pal. Don't let me hold you back.
Very
Please
deep
say
guy.
with your chest. Deep guy. David just sent in a one-liner. He's like, I absolutely love this IKON song. Nice.
Thank you.
And Caesar says the key to this life is easy if you believe. Always love IKON. I love that. Thank you very much for that, Caesar. We are still listening to more from IKON this morning. Olori Africa also sending a message. She's always messaging us And yes, we saw your email too. Thank you, Lori. She says, love the rap style. Get on your knees before you start the day. Hashtag IKON. IKON is spelled with a K, please. So just, he's iconic also. Yes, it's true. Please, IKON. Adeshola tweets at us also.
It says, shout out to IKON, baddest producer. Been a fan of yours since forever. Looking forward to soaking in this new project. By the way, whatever happened to the Three Wise Men project?
Everybody be asking this.
Everybody, because you sort of, there's a line in one of the songs somewhere where that kind of drops in about being a wise man.
So you left us hanging.
What you did there was going
Okay,
on.
you really listened to the album. Nice
you
one,
know,
nice one.
when I was telling you, I listened to
one.
it back to front a few times on Saturday morning.
Dope.
I'm not joking. Yes.
Dope. Oh, you're waiting for the answer.
Hey, you came out the grapevine. You think they'll not ask you? Oh gosh.
We're dropping the album next year, man.
Okay, very exciting stuff.
So something like next week, end 2019.
You mean like Wajabi?
Yes.
This is definitely sometime next year we'll drop the album. The album is done.
Yeah, it has been done.
It's been done, so it's just
excited
to put it out.
because you teased us about this like years ago, and I'll never forget being excited. My brother Tajay as well. We were just like, do what?
Yeah.
Hello. Everybody out there? Hello. But dope stuff. Okay, we've got another song to listen to. This one is called Sapele. So our very own Myst is on this track. For those of you who didn't know that Myst is a singer, I've been on a long time.
Too long.
A lot of us, also speaking of people that have been putting us on pause, please, you people going to stalk Myst scenes.
I'm telling you.
We are waiting.
You need to be watching on Periscope though.
We have been waiting for since before your two children.
32.
We have been waiting. Myst, look into my eyes.
I see you, bro.
Thank you very much. Okay, but let's listen to Sapele. This one is again by IKON off his album Hungry to Live, featuring Myst.
So I don't even know which version this is because.
It's fine.
Did you say no?
The good thing is they'll always get the idea no matter what.
Where are we going?
Yeah,
What are we doing?
I think it's fine.
Where are we going? What are we doing? I don't know. Brothers and sisters and all my friends, make we go.
I feel like this show should have a TV version.
You guys are taping it now, aren't you? You're doing Insta Live or something?
Yeah, Periscope.
Oh, Periscope. Cool.
All those dreams. Can somebody tell me how far can we go?
This song gives me such joy. I think this is the song I featured on that has given me the greatest joy. My son loves to sing.
That's how you know it's in jazz.
No, Janine's air for music. Second to none.
First of all, I'd like to introduce her. She's the Mona Lisa. She's a mishap. Time confused her. She could be a baby.
They are daddy.
So she can find her way back to the days much simpler. So can she have a smile back? Yeah, whoa, little Africa. I call back for rest. Share all that white lady.
Let's go. I think I now know where they told Myst to stop. It's okay.
And this year right now, we got IKON. We also have Myst. We're both on the song Sapele. It's off of IKON's album. So Myst, you take us through this one. What are your thoughts on this song?
Is that a shit question? It's a cheating mode.
It's a cheat, yeah.
We are cheating.
That's the one.
They're not supposed to ask me.
Sorry, please. Chef, your thoughts on the music so far.
All right.
Please,
For starters, Myst, whose album are you not on or working or writing for? Because every
It's about time.
album she knows the gist. Come on,
I've been
release
waiting.
something,
I've been
please. Thank
waiting.
you very much.
Sapele,
That's my starting point. Meanwhile, IKON the first time meeting, but I'm telling you that anybody that's part of that collective,
Right.
instantly they have me as a loyal fan base. So I've been fan of yours for years, even before that time frame. And this song is really, I love the production because it's like positively all over the place. Like it starts out with that simplicity, and you get to the chorus, which is just, I don't know how you guys managed to record that chorus on the beat. I would have struggled, you know, I single too, but I would have struggled on that song. And then Myst comes through with this whole smooth Myst thing as usual, and then now switches to that whole Yoruba wedding, traditional woman, I'm like, yo, this girl, we're waiting.
So
Okay,
we're
no.
waiting. Many parts.
I need to say something now.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
you
there's
do.
this thing that IKON does when he's recording. When he sings traditional
IKON is
anything,
holding his breath.
yeah,
probably. Just like, what
IKON
she
is
gonna say?
like, sing it. He doesn't want you to come and fancify it. He doesn't want you to come and sing Yoruba like an Igbo person. He doesn't want you to come and sing Igbo like some fancy person that just got back.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, boo, sing this thing. So when we're writing this thing, IKON is like, I want that Yoruba. I want it. So like, there's even a part that didn't make it to the final cut.
the outro.
At the
I
very
think.
end,
Yeah.
there's an outro where we were speaking, what was it? Ile, Teleduwa. You know,
Oh,
some
I
serious
love
Yoruba
it.
things in there
Yeah,
because
like
that's
praise
what he
singing.
wanted. He wanted the song to be generic to Africa,
Okay.
to represent, you know, our initial, original, like, glory as a continent, as a people.
Okay.
So there was no other way, I'm sorry, to
Excellent.
That's
express
amazing.
I like that. So IKON, let me just, you guys, something else we found out is that
Yeah.
IKON, there are many iterations of this particular song.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, many versions of every song on the album. actually.
That's what I was going to ask next.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do with them? Like make a funky mix of them or something?
No, they're dead.
They're done.
They're done.
I just
the
want to know.
album is out. This is what.
Can we borrow those ones? Just
What do you want to do
I'm
with
going to
this, man?
delete
I don't know,
those
just-
ones. They don't need to exist.
I just
Why
want
not
to know
do like
at
an
what
extended
point.
playlist or something that comes out later on, like, you know?
No,
Because
I
there's
don't
so
think
much more, man.
IKON, I just wanted to find
Wow.
out what was the decision. How did you make the decision then to abandon a project at a certain point, or to leave it? Because they say art is never completed; it's just abandoned at a point. At what point did you decide, you know, I've just got to let these go and just let them be?
So for this, one of the important things was I'm not getting any younger, and it was time for me to, you know, speak my truth through music and be an artist. You know, I've been an artist this whole time. It's just I've been producing more. But just now, I decided it's time for me to speak my truth, to be an artist, to let go of certain things in my life through this music. You know, and thankfully I had people like Myst, you know, Fumbi. There are a bunch of people behind this, you know.
Yes.
You know, that helped to motivate me to even do this.
And the other thing I noticed is this is put together almost as an audio play. I don't know how else to
Yes.
describe it. It's very atmospheric, beginning to end, and I don't want to give away how personal this is. I think people should really go and listen to it. But why did you decide to make it sound that way?
Because first things first, I don't like to do anything that's regular. You know,
you're not regular.
I'm a regular. You know what I'm saying?
You're iconic.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I don't like to do anything that's regular, especially when it comes to music, because I've been blessed with this gift, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And as long as we're here, I think we need to give it our best. Whatever we have to give, we need to just give it our best at every point in time. A lot of people have told me, you're not supposed to be here, you're not supposed to be here. And like I said before, that is the reason I'm supposed to be here. Because
Your opinion don't matter.
you know what I'm saying? Because people say, Nigeria, they won't understand. No. That's why I'm supposed to be here, to represent that whatever 2% of people that are doing excellent stuff like this. You know, so I forget the question.
It's okay. I think you answered it. So thank you for the music, IKON. Thank you.
I appreciate
Genuinely.
Appreciate you.
So many messages coming through. Ekene Odiari Ajayi says, I love that song, the one about being thankful. That's on your knees. Says sometimes we hustle so much, we forget to do some simple things. So Dalu for reminding us. And hello, Myst, long time.
Hey,
Hi.
boo.
And hi, Chef Jeff. We met at Fiesta. So you two, you ate the meat.
Yes. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, she came here to rub it in our faces.
And she cooks too. So.
Imalex was asking the names of the artists that did the Christmas song Odunde. I've tweeted it at you. It is Rotimi Keys featuring Femile. And Otuboom, hey girl, says Sapele is my second favorite. I love it so much. And saying On My Knees is my favorite song on the project. That's also by Otuboom. The whole thing has been on repeat all weekend. I told you, so it's a repeat album. That's what it is.
We don't have to take a break though.
Yes, we do. When we come back, we'll read out some more of your messages and very quickly get into, I guess, a few of these stories because the time is fast moving. Okay, keep listening. It's a Grapevine on Smooth 98.1.
And it's brought to you by Verve.
But you know, I truly love the way you guys do this. Are you gonna?
What?
I'm breaking up off the team, man. I'm so sad.
You
Sorry,
can't.
it's okay.
No.
I'm leaving. What? I've
Yeah,
handed my
no.
resignation. That's your business.
She's still coming in Grapevine.
As he says to me,
But she's still coming in on Grapevine.
Okay, you're leaving.
Yeah.
Okay.
I handed my resignation last.
But she's still coming in on Grapevine.
Yeah,
Shouting.
I mean, because you need
I'll still be
like
around.
Grapevine is gonna
still
be
be
kind of
She's still coming
different.
on Grapevine.
I'll still be around.
And freshly pressed.
Yeah,
I'm repeating it.
the breakfast show.
Still coming on
Please.
Grapevine.
I just pay for my time. People have to treat me with respect now.
Put some respect on my name.
What could we want
She has to check my schedule.
Ask her if she
Free,
wants
'cause
coffee.
I know.
She's particular about her brand of coffee, by the way.
And now in the G's.
It's morning.
Go to bed when you leave here.
Sorry, so let's skip this. Okay. You know these things
Oh,
always
yeah.
distract me because you like to do this. I don't know why you always do it to me, but it's okay.
There's no spot block there. Studio, we're back in. Mics are up.
It's your girl, Myst. Telling you to keep it locked right here on Grapevine, baby. Let's do that.
Show off. We're still talking entertainment today.
What? I'm trying to be iconic too. Thank you.
It's true. No, you guys do your best.
It's we can only try.
It is still the Grapevine on Smooth 98.1. It is brought to you by Verve. One more time, we're getting into our entertainment stories for this morning. So most recently, Daddy Freeze has been impressed by the apology offered by Bovi, who challenged him on social media for making a post about Akporo's wife. So in a post published today, he draws out a moral lesson from Bovi's action, owning up to a mistake, saying what he did was immensely noble. To make a mistake is human. To realize a mistake and now make a public apology is divine. What's a remix of the statement? But I get it. I get it, and I accept it. Guys, any quick comments on this? Wow.
I mean, within the apology, he has to you win. I'm like, no, learn from the offset situation. Y'all won. That's how you end it.
Okay, into more interesting gist. So NYC versus Davido, the drama continues. This is episode 14. So NYC have sanctioned Davido for violating camp rules during the mandatory 3-week orientation camp. Punch newspaper actually reported this, so we're taking it from a legitimate news source. They told the correspondents that for absconding from the camp, they had to de-kit the artist, which brought an end to his participation in the 2018 Batch B stream in Lagos State, where he had been posted. Now it just sort of went on, and they were telling us the particular. We all know what NYC rules are generally when it comes to being in camp, and we'd all said it when David had registered for NYC.
Exactly.
Like, well, good shout that you cancelled the concert in Canada, I believe, or the States. Because that would have been a bit obvious that you are out of the country. Yeah. But the question had been, and I've been asking is, please, who is serving with David? Who have seen him in the camp?
I feel like at the end of the day, this was too public. There was no way they were going to be able to save face if they did not address it.
Yeah.
You know, it would have been blatant.
Person.
But you know what? I feel like he could have got permission. I mean, he's influential enough to have told them, look, I have a lot of things to do. I would be a great representative of NYC. He could have played it politically.
I think aside of that, I think the grounds he could have argued on for not staying in camp is the reality that he would have been a disruption to the camp.
Yes, there are so many ways.
This is for safety reasons.
Safety
for himself,
reasons.
Disrupting camp, and it wouldn't be his fault because I've seen what happens when people like David or Olamide show up in public spaces. People lose their minds, and I would never in his position be in the camp. I would not feel entirely
There's
safe
that,
or
but
secure.
I think that the only thing that they have on him in terms of what they've listed out here is really the political situation. Because otherwise, the camping thing. Listen, half of people there do it. People will scale that wall in like same day.
But they
They're outside.
They were not tweeting excessively when they did it.
Well, some of them actually were, and then
but they're not
it's a loose
popular.
rule.
They're not
the
popular.
politics thing and the popularity
It's
thing.
not
Those
a
are the
loose
two
rule,
parts that
though.
come.
not a
together.
loose rule. They
Nothing
nab
is a
you.
loose rule once you are caught.
Yeah, that there's that, but with NYC, come on.
Do you know?
We know the drill.
Do you know before this
We
party?
know the drill.
Before this
not
party, you
following
just
you
said NYC. Following 5 minutes into the conversation that you guys started, somebody who tuned in at the time would probably think, okay, I mean, it's camp, so it could be any camp, right? PDP camp, you said the camping. It could be alluded to that because there's some people who
NYSC
claim
camp.
ignorance in that kind of sense.
You're lucky I'm not driving the bus Valentine.
You're gonna shut up my
So
mic.
mic will be off.
No. So, I mean,
Isn't
curious.
anybody
Yeah.
surprised that Davido went to NYC camp?
In the first
I
place.
am. My first worry was, where's he going to sleep?
That's what I kept thinking. Like, how is this?
We
gonna
know
work?
how NYC ladies.
No, but I actually think
When
the
see the video.
NYSC dropped the ball a little bit because they should have, by themselves,
Yes.
been the ones to say you can't
I
stay
think it's
here.
their
Exactly.
problem. I think they
Yeah.
did not envisage the media.
What were they not
No,
Maybe
envisaging?
they were waiting to smell some money or something. I don't know.
30 billion.
I think it was just a bit.
30 billion.
Wow. Let's move on to the next thing.
Honestly, did not think
Speaking of
about
people
that.
that have been getting in trouble, Annie Divya got in trouble recently, or some people questioned her about a statement she made recently. So she'd made a statement about, she was asked if she was feminist. She said no. Not really. I do believe in women power. I believe that men are still kings and women are queens. I don't believe a woman is a king. And then people just went completely ham on Annie, saying what you mean. Somebody actually went as far as to say, oh yeah, you're trifling. I was like, why are you now dragging into it? Just
Because she can't be a feminist if she's going to be in that situation. She should shut up.
Ooh, really? Why not?
Listen,
Why not?
I'm
No,
telling
she
you.
said she's not a feminist.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
she
what I'm
said
saying.
she's
She
not a
cannot
Right,
be a
right.
feminist. And then beyond that, I feel like a lot of people they're afraid of using the term feminist.
Yes, it's a dirty word
It's
here,
a
which I
dirty
don't
word
understand.
because that means you are a man hating
No,
something.
You know what the real
They should
problem
watch
is? Folu, I think you would know. But a lot of people do not. A lot of people who carry the placard of feminism in Nigeria do not necessarily know what it means. What
Do
it
not
entails.
understand it, and I don't think it's just Nigeria. It's actually the world, because
Yes.
for some people, feminism is that I held the door open for you, and I can do it myself. What they say, you're trying to have weaker sex or whatnot. For some people, that is their feminism. But that is just the wrong side of things. So it's half and half. It's
I
not
feel
that
like you're
it's a
shading my
global thing.
fave there, but I'm just gonna let that go.
No.
Let it go.
I'm not saying
See what you did there.
anybody. Not saying anybody. But for me, it's like that was just an act of kindness or whatnot, or But to somebody else, it's like, no, you're saying weaker sex. I can't do it myself. So feminism is something that a lot of people don't understand, and some people do, and it's on both sides of the fence.
No,
both
but
sexes.
I don't think that should ever, stop you from standing for a truth that makes all the sense in the universe. So if you're not standing for it, it also speaks that you yourself, you don't know what it means.
Yeah.
So this actually speaks more to her ignorance than to anything else. And how can she tell me a woman can be a king? What you talking about? Listen, Kemi Adetiba is a king. Go and tell her she can't be a
Ask
king.
Kemi
Carry
Adetiba.
on.
Also, for the record, I am a feminist as well.
Thank
This
you.
is a
thought you
very
wanted to say
touchy topic.
Yes.
You know, because women really get fired up when I can tell you for a fact that I do not completely understand what feminism is all about. So, but I try to understand, have this conversation and understand and talk to women about it. But it seems like, Jeff, you're right. A lot of women don't even know because they connect it to situations like in the office place. I'm like, okay, I can see where feminism stands, where it works there, because men always get higher pay, stuff like that. I see that, then we need to do something about it. But when you talk about opening the door for a woman and she's like, nah,
No, that's problematic. You're just angry
It's
that
like-
That's just
it's
an
a
angry
different-
female.
That's a
Yeah.
different issue.
She would have been
I
angry
think-
if you cooked
I think
her food.
a good way to look at it is when people talk about, Black Lives Matter, and then people show up and say all lives matter.
All
We're like,
lives
yeah, we know
matter.
that. But
Yeah.
there is a problem that exists. And that's the same thing with feminism. It's not to say that somebody's superior or whatever the case is.
Yeah.
We just recognize that unfortunately women do tend to be targeted and put in certain positions purely because they are
They're
of a particular
women.
gender.
Yeah,
That's all.
that's all.
That's all, guys. We can just be calm. We can say we're feminists. It's okay. Join us. Come over. To the side. Other thing I want to say is big congratulations to Broshem Kuti. He got his Grammy nomination.
Nice.
For Black Times. Very exciting stuff. I remember when
Once
he was
upon a
first being
time.
considered and
Yeah,
people
we
were
talked
announcing
about this.
consideration as
Was like-
nomination. Excuse me, now you can shout.
It started
Yeah.
from the
Yeah.
wish.
Yeah.
to
Very
that.
exciting. I still think one of my favorite tracks on that album is Theory of Good and Yam. Best song ever.
Let me tell you, when
Folu
Folu recommends something, you better listen to
Please
it.
listen to
yes.
Theory of Good and
Yes.
Yam. And there's, Bad Man Lighter, but, I'm not promoting what the song is advocating. I'm just saying it's a good song.
Young
It's
Professor
a good
Sweet
song.
Meat, maybe.
More messages coming in. Duper from Surulere up on WhatsApp says, hey, IKON, I've been following your work since Lynx's album, but more to life is missing from your album, says Duper.
More to life
Ah.
is. It was a gift for January this year.
Yeah, and I was on there as well.
Yeah. It wasn't supposed to be on the album. Yeah.
She's now
It was-
selling
it was a
markets
gift.
after all of this
Yeah.
time.
Thank you for that.
I might have some more gifts for Christmas
Yeah.
and January.
Yes,
We have,
sir.
we have a gift for the
Exciting
grapevine.
times. Yeah. Wow.
No,
Who
in the song.
says- Chris says, Night Caller Preacher Man Icon. Nice. Nice bedroom you got there. And when the full pot of soup go into market, the album is there already.
Probably to Live is out now. Check it out.
There you go. And says, Mommy Myst, don't they follow Jazz compete on Suspense Matters? We still love her. Wow. Oh, wow.
And Edward from Lekki says, Myst, wowzers, love the voice.
Thank
voice, Myst now, wow. I can get style, Sha. Another sweet song. Okay, try release your album now.
The album
it's already
is
out.
Hungry to Live.
Google that, baby.
And Caller says, damn, Myst, you killed it. That was smooth. Absolutely. Still, I don't know. Gloria says, Myst, mind-blowing serenading. But please, I need this album in my life.
It's
Hungry to Live, darling.
Sort yourself out. I know somebody sent me a picture. That's not for the Grapevine. So move on from that.
We're done though.
Yeah, we are. No, I'm reading out these messages. Valentine.
Okay, sorry.
Give me 1 second. JJ from Bushy says, I just listened in and heard Myst and IKON. Miss your voice, chai. My heart will go on. Wow. Declarations of love. And Dari says, how come IKON is sounding like Wale Tech SDC? It says, IKON, my guy, good job, sir. Have you ever got that before? That you sound like Tech?
No.
Neither have I. Are you sure? Listening well.
It might just be the bounce of that song. It might be the bounce. I don't know.
She says, IKON, I greet you. Please, with Nigerian artists, both male and female, would you earnestly love to work with?
I'm working with one already, but Asha. Yeah, we've been playing around with it. Like, we should work, let's work, we should work. I don't know, man. We'll see. Male artist.
Chef.
Another plug there.
Nice.
I think I would love to do something with Sheon.
Oh, Sheon Couture.
Hey,
Awesome.
that I would love to hear that.
That I would be here for.
We will round up with this last comment from Bayo Mishure. He says, I see you, IKON. Great project. I'm happy with the direction our music is headed. Keep it up.
Bayo,
And hey, Myst, he says,
darling.
that's a good way to wrap this up.
Yes,
IKON, thank you so much for your time. Lagos,
Appreciate
we
you.
are now over time. Sorry about that. Grapevine is brought to you by Verve.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's a small fine. But I meanwhile, I just realized that we just declared this thing. Have you ended the Periscope this thing? I'm hoping because I realized that we're shouting this thing and I haven't told